Is Alexander Usyk still the best? Let's get into it. Hello, welcome to On My Head, son. I hope you're well. If you like what I do here, don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notifications bell for all future videos. So, is Alexander Usyk, is he still the best boxer around? Is he pound for pound number one? And, well, is he the best heavyweight? Let's just put it that way. Is he the best? Now, at cruiserweight, of course, he was the best. Undisputed. Now, of course, he's going to be fighting Tyson Fury on May the 18th in Saudi for the Undisputed title, of course. But who's going to win out of that? Is he the number one in your eyes? Now, the reason why I make this video and the reason why I'm asking this, because I've been watching a few videos recently, sort of boxing commentators, talk about Usyk in terms of, well, his last outing against Dubois wasn't exactly stellar. He had that knockdown, well, that low blow that he kind of made a bit of a meal of, some people are saying. He hasn't been the most active. In fact, I think he's been the least active, certainly against Fury, but absolutely against the likes of Joseph Parker and, of course, AJ. The question I would ask is his age going to be a factor? Is there any kind of weakness to his body that somebody like Tyson Fury could expose? Could AJ expose? In fact, I've made videos recently to say, well, how good is Anthony Joshua? Is he at the top table? Is he right there with Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk in terms of having a 50-50 fight? My gut feeling now is that Anthony Joshua would definitely give Tyson Fury and Usyk a run for their money. He's been the most active. He's got better and better, but it always comes back to the levels of opponents that AJ has been fighting rather than the likes of Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. But then we could level the same criticism against Usyk and Fury because they haven't really fought in a minute. And Usyk against Dubois, he was great in the end, but he didn't look too great for a couple of rounds there as well. Because Usyk likes to bank the early rounds. He has a dip, and then he'll come away with the later rounds. That's the way he kind of fights. He's a master tactician, fantastic boxing IQ. And I put him at the very best in terms of boxing excellence and boxing IQ and talent. I think he's a fantastic fighter and fantastic exponent of the sport of boxing. Brilliant amateur pedigree, fantastic at cruiserweight, fantastic at heavyweight. He hasn't really done a lot wrong. He just hasn't had a lot of fights at heavyweight. Now, in those two fights against AJ, which he won convincingly. But it's still my argument. The second fight, AJ had a bit more in that fight. Could there be a third fight? And could AJ, well, could he get a lot closer? I still think Alexander Usyk is the number one. I think he is the one to beat. And if Tyson Fury goes in against Alexander Usyk and he beats him, then that settles the argument, doesn't it? Tyson Fury is number one. Of course he is. He's undisputed. But I just wonder, is age going to be playing a factor now? On Usyk more than it is against Fury. Is the size going to be a factor? Would a younger Usyk be a much tougher challenge for somebody like Tyson Fury? Now, we're all expecting Tyson Fury to do his usual things, impose his weight and size over Alexander Usyk. But, hey, Usyk has grown as well. He's grown into being a heavyweight. He's still on the lighter side, but that makes him more mobile and more elusive. The matchup in styles between Usyk and Fury is a really interesting one because they're probably the best out-and-out boxers. But when you put them into the mix with somebody like Anthony Joshua, then that offers a different problem. And can he still be that guy? Can he still be number one? I think I said on a previous video that it's quite hard to judge Anthony Joshua in terms of is he at the top table, because the recent fights and the data that we've got on him is based upon wins over lesser opponents. But he has been improving. Now I volley the same argument against Usyk and Fury as well. They haven't really fought that much. And especially Tyson Fury against Ngannou, we know that was a piss poor performance. And whilst Usyk was definitely the convincing winner against Dubois, many people are thinking, well, is there a little chink in the armour? And will his age play a part? The next few months are going to be very interesting. And who knows what matchups we're going to get after the Undisputed. We don't know which bout's going to be vacated. We don't know if any injuries are going to be sustained, which is going to throw a whole spanner in the works. And we don't know eventually who's going to fight who. Whilst there is a two-fight deal on the cards for Fury against Usyk, who knows what's going to happen if they're trying to get AJ involved in that. If AJ is going to have a tune-up fight in inverted commas before then, Who knows? But right now, it does appear that the number one, the number two, or the number one and the number two, whichever way you look at it, is Fury and Usyk. They are the two, because they are the ones that are going for the Undisputed title right now. My contention has always been, I don't think AJ's that far away now, but he has to keep that momentum going. I would have been a lot more convinced of Usyk being number one if he'd had a couple of fights in the meantime. But because he hasn't, that's my only reservation. It's recent data against his age. If he was younger, I wouldn't have this reservation as much. But as he's now a little bit older, he's pushing up to 40. Well, he's just turned 37. It'll be 37 and a half by the time the Fury fight comes around. Then if we're talking about another autumn fight or early 2025, then yeah, he'll be 38. So again, age creeps up to everybody, especially elite boxers, especially elite sportsmen and women. Age always creeps up. But in the heavyweight division, even in the early 40s, you could still be a very competitive fighter. But there's no doubt you're going to be on the decline. And if you've got somebody who's 5 years younger, 3 or 4, 5 years younger, then the age difference and the lack of recent activity might play its part. For me, I still think Usyk is number one. I think he's a fantastic fighter. I think Tyson Fury is a very close number two, just when he's on his game, that is. He's got to prove to us that he's still got it. That's my only reservation about Tyson Fury. Has he still got it at that level? And then AJ, I think he's just improved and he's narrowed the gap. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Is Alexander Usyk number one in your eyes? Is he the man to beat? Let us know. If you like what I do here, don't forget to like and share the video. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications bell for all future videos. And I will catch you again on another video coming very soon. Bye now.